So let's talk about completing the square again. We went over it in class. We reviewed the process from Algebra 1, but we're going to apply it this time to finding the equation of a circle. Just a reminder, the equation of the circle we have here, h and k are your center, r is your radius. We have this equation, x squared plus y squared minus 8x plus 2y equals negative 8. What's wrong with this? A lot of things. It's not in standard form. It's not the way you're used to seeing the equation of a circle. So we can't find the radius or the center yet. Our goal is to trick the equation into changing the way it looks so we can find the center and the radius. Our center should be h comma k, and the radius should be r. Let's apply the completing the square process we did in class to this equation. So we're only going to complete the square with the x variables. Ignore the y's, just save them for later. But let's separate the variables from the constants. That gives me x squared minus 8x equal to negative 8. Just ignoring the y's for now, we'll come back to them later. I want to take my b term, the value attached to the x, divide it by 2, and then square it. So that's going to look like negative 8 over 2 is negative 4. Negative 4 squared is 16. That 16 I want to add to both sides. That's going to allow me to trick the equation into becoming factorable. I can come up with two numbers that multiply to 16 and add to negative 8. It's negative 4 and negative 4. So I tricked the equation into becoming factorable. It was not previously, but now it is. The way I keep the equation balanced is by adding 16 to both sides. What I do to one side, I do to the other. That maintains the balance and does not change the equation. The x minus 4 times x minus 4 I can condense into x minus 4 squared. And then my constants I can simplify. So the end goal, where I'll stop, is x minus 4 squared equal to 8. Hold on to this 8. We carry it through to the next step. Remember those y's we forgot about before? We're going to bring them back. This x minus 4 we're going to set over onto the side. So here are my y's. This 8 came from the previous step, not from up here, the original. Previous step, not the original. So I complete the squares with the y's only. I want to bring down the constant from last time and keep my variables separate again. Same process. Take your b value, divide it by 2, and then square the answer. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 squared is still 1. We add that to both sides. Both sides maintains the balance. I can factor the left now. What two numbers multiply to 1 and add to 2? 1 and 1. I condense my factors, clean it up a bit. Y plus 1 squared equals 8 plus 1. I simplify my constants, and I have y plus 1 squared equal to 9. This is where we will stop. The x minus 4 from earlier, we're going to bring back. The y plus 1 we just ended with, we're going to bring back. We combine everything we left off with our x minus 4 from earlier. So x minus 4 squared I got. Y plus 1 squared equals 9, we just finished with, and together those create our equation. Our x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Now we have the very same equation we started with in standard form. We can identify the center and the radius based on where our HK and R are located. My center is 4, -1. Remember, my signs switch because of this minus H, minus K. The minus changes the signs within the equation. So when I want to take the information out, I have to switch my signs back. My radius is going to be 3.